Hi guys, welcome. Dana here from the Magic Junk Drawer. Please excuse the way that I look, but it's like 4 o'clock in the morning here, and I have been up for hours because I just can't sleep, and I have to go to work soon. So this is as good as it's going to get. So I had a question today about the deja vu feeling. You know, when you feel like you've been somewhere before or you've experienced something before, or even if you connect with a person and you met them for the first time, but you feel like you've known them forever. What does that mean and why does that happen? So, my theories, and from everything that I've been reading and studying over the last 100 years, even for me, and I'm open to this kind of stuff, but even for me, this feels a little bit far fetched and it's hard for me to wrap my brain around it. But, you know, our brains are very logical and we tend to reject things that, we just don't understand. So here's the idea, and it kind of ties in with the Mandela effect. So if you experience that deja vu feeling where you feel like you've been here before or you've done this before and there's no explanation to it, there are theories that, and it also ties into the law of attraction, that every possibility that you can think of already exists and you've already experienced it. So shifting from one timeline to another is very possible. So that ties into the Mandela effect, which also could explain why some people experience some Mandela effects and other people don't. They may experience different Mandela effects, but not everyone is experiencing the same one. Like Pepto-Bismol. That one I never experienced. It's always been Pepto-Bismol in my reality. And I worked for a few years. I was the manager of the Health and Beauty Aids department of A&P. And I was very well versed in all of those products because I dealt with them every day. So if that changed, in my reality, it would be something that I would have definitely known. I would have noticed it. The Jiffy peanut butter one is one that I have experienced, and I find that that's mostly common, that most people have experienced that. Most people remember it as Jiffy. So the deja vu thing. So you feel like you've done this with this person at some point, but it never happened before in this reality. But the answer could be that somewhere out there, we've experienced it already. And we're kind of crossing over timelines, or we're feeling the familiarity of it because we've done it before. It's complicated. It's complicated. But remember, it's only in this dimension do we have time and space. In the other dimensions, they don't exist. So everything is happening right now, or everything is happening where you don't have to wait for it. And it's hard for us to understand that because here everything is not only time and space, but we are on such schedules to the minute, especially if you live in an area like New York. You got to be here at 9 o'clock. You got to be there at 10:30. You know, we're constantly a slave to time. So it's hard to accept the possibility that these things maybe have happened in another reality. It sounds crazy, okay? However, it also could be past life. That's another theory. How do you prove that? Years ago, I went for past life regression. I think I did it a couple of times, like with different people over the years. And you can't prove that it's true or not. So I don't know. Like I feel like somebody could just be making up a story, and how would you ever know the difference? And then on the other hand, I also feel like sometimes you're making up the story. Like the one thing that I remember during one of them was the person leading the meditation brought us back to wherever it was that we were. And like we had to picture doors and what kind of door we chose and what we walked through and what we saw. But maybe it's just my imagination making it up. Like you tell somebody to picture a stone castle with a big doorway with an arch and a chandelier hanging over it. I mean, you can get that picture in your mind. It doesn't mean that you were ever there before. So, I mean, I've always been on the fence with all these things, but I do find it interesting and I like to research it. And I do find it like mysterious and intriguing, but sometimes I have a hard time buying into it. So, if you don't believe this, I'm not 100% sold on it myself. But that just seems to be the answer from what I've seen, or it seems to be, make the most sense. And it ties in with the Mandela effect, it ties in with the law of attraction, it ties in with all of these things that we're constantly thinking about and talking about, that there could be another reality where you have experienced this before. And that's why it's coming up now. And also, if we're choosing realities and we're choosing timelines and we're changing the courses of things, in split seconds or, whatever, you're in control of your own destiny, then you have more control over it than you think. But it's really about convincing yourself that you have the power to change it, which is, once again, that's law of attraction. But they all kind of tie in together. So it's something to think about if you're someone who struggles with the law of attraction, or if you find that the things that you're trying to manifest backwards, that kind of stuff. Like, what are you really thinking and feeling? Like, it's one thing if you say it, like if you say, I intend to make $1 million, but every thought that you have is really contradictory to that. Well, what's going to manifest, right? So it's changing your thoughts, changing what you're talking about, constantly harping on the opposite. Like people that want to talk about all the shitty things that their boyfriend's doing, well, that's going to make more shitty things happen. Focusing on the good things they did, well, that makes more good things happen. It's like if I were to say to you, I don't know, imagine a red beetle, right? Now, all of a sudden, you're going to start seeing all these red beetles because it's called into your attention and you're taking notice of it. So notice the good things and not the bad things, and you'll focus more on the good things and more good things will come. But like everything else, it's a practice. I hope that this video made sense because I haven't slept and who the hell knows what came out of this mouth. But if you have any questions, type them down below. And as always, if you like what we're doing here at the Magic Junk Drawer, don't forget to like and subscribe, share us with your friends, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.